What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to today's video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at all of the confirmed perks and wildcards that will be in the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare multiplayer mode. Now there are some perks and wildcards from previous Call of Duty games that are returning, but there are also a number of new ones being introduced for the first time in Advanced Warfare. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at all of these perks, what they do, what their descriptions are, and wildcards, and discuss what they do and what effect they have in multiplayer. Right, first of all we'll go over all of the perks that have been confirmed so far. So these aren't just like speculation, these are confirmed to be in the game for Advanced Warfare multiplayer. There are 3 tiers of perks with 5 perks in each, so a total of 15 so far. These are tier 1, 2 and 3, or red, blue and yellow as I like to call them. So we'll move firstly onto the red tier, which is tier 1. The first perk we look at is Lightweight. Now a fan favourite that's returning from, I don't know how many Call of Duties it's been in, but I think it's been there since Modern Warfare 2. And this increases movement speed, so it helps give you an advantage over the enemies, get to the other side of the map quicker at the start, and just make you all round more nimble and faster. The second one we look at is a brand new perk. It's called Low Profile. And it's invisible to UAVs and tracking rounds. So it's similar to perks we've seen in the past, but new name, new picture, all that good jazz. But yeah, it does make you invisible to UAVs, so like Assassin from Modern Warfare 3 or Ghost from Black Ops and stuff like that. And tracking rounds, I'm not too sure what they are yet. They might be an EXO ability or EXO launcher, but we'll take a look at them in a different video. The third perk in the first tier is Danger Close. Again, another one returning. First became usable in Modern Warfare 2 again, I believe, and this increased explosive and score streak damage. So this could be quite a useful perk for those using the lethal score streaks with like the guns and the Warhawk, I think it is, or not quite sure what the score streak's called, but when like chopper gunner basically. When you use that, it'll give you more damage, so you'll kill the enemies quicker. We'll have a look at the fourth one, which is Overcharged. Again, this is a brand new one, and it's implemented with the EXO ability. And this extends the EXO ability life and shocks on impact of the boost slam. So I imagine when you want to cloak yourself or do something with your EXO ability, it lasts for a longer period of time. And also on the boost slam, I think the boost slam actually kills an enemy if you hit him directly with it, but I imagine it would shock any enemies around where you're boost slamming on. So now the final perk in the first tier is Flak Jacket, again another one returning, and this reduces damage taken from explosive and resets grenade throwback time. So if someone throws a grenade at you and you pick it up and go to throw it back, the timer will be reset, it won't blow up in your hands, unless you hold it for more than 4 seconds obviously. Now moving on to the 5 perks in the second tier, first one we have is Peripherals. Now this is another brand new one. This increases minimap coverage, so I imagine the map would go from a square shape to a rectangular shape like we're used to in Ghosts, so you can see more of the minimap. Not sure how useful this would be, but it also doesn't display a death icon when you kill enemies, so like takedown from Ghosts. If you've played Ghosts and you've used that perk, you'll know that when you kill enemies, there won't be a little skull and crossbones appear on the enemy's map showing that someone's just died in that location. Now the next one is Blind Eye, another one returning. This is undetectable by tracking drones, explosive drones and all score streaks except for UAV. So this looks like it's going to be quite an interesting perk and quite a useful one, to be fair. I think it'll be used quite a lot with stealth classes along with low profile, so you're like undetectable by everything really. So it's quite a good perk. Hopefully it's balanced out so it's not too overpowered and no one will ever be able to get a good scoring gameplay, because none of the score streaks will be able to get anybody. The next one is another stealthy one. It's Coldblooded. This makes you immune to thermal, target enhancer, threat grenade and enemy callouts. And also no name will be displayed or reticle colour change when enemies aim at you. So again, another big perk with a lot of effects, so maybe interesting to see if people run Cold-Blooded or Blind Eye or both of them at the same time and see what kind of reactions they get from the community. The last one in this category, oh no, sorry, not the last one, the penultimate one in this category is Fast Hands. This allows you to reload while sprinting, swap weapons, and use EXO abilities and use EXO launchers faster. So again, much like the one in Black Ops, you can use equipment and lethal, but in this case, EXO launcher and EXO abilities faster, and also be able to reload while sprinting, and you can swap weapons faster. Right, now this is the last one in this tier. It's a new one called GungHo, and this is firing while sprinting and sliding. Now, I'm not too sure how useful this perk's going to be. I think it's going to be one of them perks that either, but towards the end of the game, at the start of the game it's not going to be that popular, but towards the end of the game everyone's going to be using it, or it's never going to get touched for the whole life of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how people react to this perk, and if people actually use it, and if it will be a good impact on people's multiplayer. Now moving on to the final tiers for the perks, our first yellow perk is Toughness. Now this reduces the flinch when shot, so when you're aiming down sight and an enemy is shooting at you, it doesn't kick you off target because you're flinching. So that's will be a very useful perk, and I think a lot of people will be using that. Now Scavenger is the next one. Everyone who's played Call of Duty should know what Scavenger is, but you start with an extra magazine and resupply ammo from dead enemies. So you run over the body, pick up scavenger packs, and your ammo will replenish. You won't get full ammo every time you run over someone's body. You'll pick like a magazine clip or 1.5 or something like that. But it's a very useful perk, especially if you plan on going on long score streaks, as you will run out of ammo quickly, but with Scavenger, keep replenishing your ammo and you'll be able to go on for longer. Now the next one is another new one called Blast Suppressor. This doesn't show on the minimap when using EXO movements or stuff like that. So when you're doing the EXO dash or EXO jump, or the different EXO abilities that you can use with the movement sort of thing, you don't actually show on the minimap. So say if you jump up and dash to the side, there's not going to be a little target on the minimap showing where you are and there was movement there. So again, this could be another useful perk. We'll see how many people start to use it and see its effectiveness when the game comes out. Now the next one is Hardwired, and this makes you immune to system hack, EMP, nano swarms, stun grenades and scramblers. So again, a really useful perk. Not quite sure what system hack is. Obviously the EMP is the EMP grenade, and so stun grenades and scramblers. Not too sure what the nano swarms are. That could be a possible score streak or something like that. I'm not too sure. We've seen that in the campaign trailer at the start there was like a swarm of things flying around, so that could be a nano swarm, so that could be a kill streak, but we'll have to wait and see until that's confirmed. And then the final perk is Hardline. So again, most people know what this does. It reduces the score streak cost by 100 points. So say if a UAV is worth 300 points, you'll only need 200 points when running Hardline. So again, pretty useful. If sometimes you feel like you always die one off your streak, Hardline may be one of the best perks for you. So that is all 15 perks that are confirmed at this time to be in multiplayer of Advanced Warfare. Personally, I really like the look of some of the new perks and can't wait to try some of them out. And I think we can all agree that the graphics and images that are used for the perks look really nice and crisp from what we've seen so far. Also in the game are Wildcards, making a return from Black Ops 2, which allow you to customise your class even more and you get some more advantages and stuff like that. So we'll go through them. There are 9. Now the first one is Overkill. This used to be a perk in previous Call of Duties, but this allows you to take another primary weapon in place of your secondary weapon. So instead of having a sniper rifle and a pistol, you can take a sniper rifle and a submachine gun, sniper rifle and a shotgun, anything you want like that. So gives a really good advantage. So you can have advantages at all different ranges. So taking 2 primary weapons, why would you want a pistol instead of a submachine gun? But it's very useful, and I think a lot of people will use that, especially when the game first comes out. Now the second one is primary gunfighter. Now this allows you to take a 3rd primary attachment. So say for example you're using a submachine gun with a silencer and a red dot sight, and you want a grip on there as well, then you can use this this wild card, and it will allow you to have 3 attachments. Bearing in mind that each one of these wild cards does cost a point on the pick 13 system, and say for example if you have 3 attachments on your guns, that will cost 5 points in total with your gun, your 3 attachments and your wildcard point. So there'll be a lot of interesting classes out there, so you've got to pick your wildcards and what you spend your points on quite wisely. The next wildcard is secondary gunfighter, so much the same as primary gunfighter, but it allows you to take a second attachment on your secondary weapon. Now the 4th, 5th and 6th one are all pretty similar. Perk 1 greed, perk 2 greed and perk 3 greed. So this allows you to take a second perk from the relevant tier. So perk 1 you can take a second perk 1 or a red tier perk. Perk 2 greed you can take 2 blue tier, 2 tier perks, and perk 3 greed you can take a second perk from the 3rd tier, which is the yellow one. And then the last 3, first of all you got Bombardier, which allows you to take an extra exo launcher instead of your exo ability. So you have got an exo ability and an exo launcher, much like tactical and lethal grenades used to be in Call of Duty, but instead you can take 2 exo launchers and not have an exo ability. The next one is Tactician, which is the complete opposite, so you can take an extra exo ability instead of an exo launcher, so you can have like cloak and stun and ping and stuff like that. And the final wild card is Straker. Now this is really interesting and I think I'll be using this a lot, and this allows you to take a 4th kill streak, or score streak I should say. So this is really interesting, and I think it'll be great because you can have your normal 3 score streaks, you use the wild card, you get a 4th one, and because the score streaks link off each other in this game, I think as soon as there could be some class setups with score streaks that as soon as you get the first score streak you just pretty much set for the game, it keeps going on, you gain more score streaks from your other score streaks and you just completely go on a tear. So guys, these look really good and I'm sure you're all as anxious as I am to get your hands onto the game, so you can try all of these different perks and wildcards out. On screen now guys is a thumbnail to one of my previous videos where I talk about actually how you can get Advanced Warfare early, so if you're interested in that, go and click it if you haven't seen yet. And as always guys, if you did enjoy the video, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button, it really does help me out a lot. That's it from me and I'll see you guys soon.